What'd you find?
Feathers.
Cool.
2 feathers.
I've always had a close connection to nature and wildlife. Not in the way that poets pine for the moon or dreamers take to the hills. No, mine was a quiet devotion, inherited like a family heirloom, stitched into the seams of my earliest memories. Some children collect marbles. I collected feathers, bones, sea glass smoothed by time. Looking at my children, I see the same connection. There are a few animals on my bucket list to see in the wild before my time is up. Not for sport, not for glory, but to simply be in their presence. As if sharing the same air might reveal something ancient about myself. One of those animals are wild seals. Not the glossy-eyed performers of coastal aquariums, but the real kind, whiskered monarchs of the surf slipping like rumors between waves and rock. Elusive, elegant, entirely themselves. This is the story of how I found them, or maybe how they found me. We are in Bar Harbor, Maine. We're at a campground that's right on the ocean side here, harbor side, whatever, but I call it ocean. And the goal of this trip is I want to see a seal in person. And when we were researching this area, we were told and researched that there's seals all over the place. They're always on rocks and stuff. And in fact, we chose this campground because it's a common thing that seals come here and lay up on the rocks on the water behind me. So far, no seals. We haven't seen any yet, but we just got here last night. So we spent 2 days going from Michigan through Canada and then through Maine to get here. This is where we're welcome to. This is freaking cool. We found this little road stop, parkway, scenic overlook thing. We're stopping, we're having lunch, cooking up some grilled cheese and hot dogs before we got still about another 3-hour drive to get to where we're going. But look at this view. Is that not cool or what? We came through Canada into Maine through like a mountain pass kind of border crossing. It was really small. This is the smallest border crossing I've ever seen. It was like a little tool shed kind of thing. So we crossed over that and then spent the next 3 hours driving through the most scenic, beautiful, but kind of white knuckle driving roads. Really twisty, windy, just 2-lane through mountains roads to get here, especially pulling a 30-foot camper behind you. And of course today, the first day, if you can see behind me, it's kind of rainy and cloudy, but we're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna go kind of explore and scout out the park here. So we're going to visit Acadia National Park. So let's go. We went to the lighthouse. That was a little underwhelming. I was picturing more of a lighthouse and not just a small brick tube with a flashlight on top. But so then we started on our hunt for seals. We were headed towards Seal Cove. We've now missed Seal Cove, blew right past it, so we've missed it again. And we found this little picnic area where, I don't know, we're following this trail through this pine forest. It smells so good down here right now. And it's leading us down towards the water, this marsh area. We're gonna see maybe we can find some seals there. Don't know, but I'm here with the assistant. It's a little thick. Well, yeah, it's a thin trail. I'm saying the woods are thick through here. Huh? Those are mushrooms. Mushrooms from Mario Kart? Dude, this is steep, Munch. I don't know. I'm not being a chicken. I'm just saying this is steep. Remember, we gotta hike back up this. So far, no seals. I don't want to see one in like captivity or a tank or something. My goal is to see real seals. In addition to seals in this area, there's also whale watching. So there are a ton of whales in the area that you can see. And there's also puffins, which are a really cool bird. Kind of looks like a penguin kind of thing, but a little bit different. They're pretty cool, so I'm excited to see some of those too. There's moose in the area, there's deer in the area, there's all kinds of wildlife around here that hopefully I can capture for you guys while we're out here this week. The trail ended at that really weird, creepy looking cinder block building in the middle of the woods on the side of a hill. It's not creepy or nothing. So we're heading back to the truck, and the hunt for the seals continues. So we're in the park now. Check this out. We found this little trail that comes down off the main path. Look at that view. This is Thunder Hole. This is so cool. The waves come out, they come in through like two rocks in a tight spot and hit this hole and make this real cool thundery sound and splash the hell out of everyone. It's really cool. Beautiful. This is so cool. I love it. Now we're at Otter Cliffs. We were told that seals are here by the info people at the park. They said seals have been spotted here and one other spot this weekend. And so we're here to try to see if we could spot any. So far, no seals. We're still on the hunt. We're checking it out though. This looks pretty cool. Like you can see in the background there. It's just a trail through this like pine forest right along the ocean side. It's so freaking cool. We went down to Otter Cliffs, no seals, they were gone. May have just been the fact that we got there pretty late in the day. We took kind of a late start, did some laundry this morning. It was kind of rainy this morning still a little bit. Still been kind of misting on and off all day, but it looks like the sun's finally poked its head out and has burned off all the clouds, and we're set to have the next day or two to be pretty sunny and warm. So we might have some beach days coming up and some warm days because it's been kind of chilly. So now we're at Jordon's Pond. It's an inland lake, no seals here, but this is a cool 3-mile hike around this whole pond. It's a big pond. I would call it a small lake. We're gonna hike this whole thing today and see what we can find. A good portion of it, or half of it I'd say, so far is on this boardwalk thing where they've just slabbed like 4-inch thick slab logs from the area and made this cool boardwalk to kind of keep people off the ground and kind of save the ecosystem a bit, because it is a bit peoply. This is probably one of the bigger touristy type hikes in the area. It's definitely a calm hike. It's level, not too much incline or anything, so good for kids and stuff. That's why we came to this one, but pretty cool. The boardwalk is a little uneven. It can kind of mess with your balance a little bit, but for the most part it seems fine. It's pretty stable. So we're going through this like cedar and pine forest right now. We've got the lake to the side of us there. Really cool so far. I'm really enjoying this hike. It's beautiful out today, 78 degrees, nice breeze. We're chugging away. So there's a spot about 1/10 of a mile long, they said, people that passed us, where it's just crazy rockiness. You're like climbing over just boulders and rocks. It's a little slick in spots, and the trail is not really very well defined. You just kind of make your own, but still pretty dang cool. Whew, we made it through. Oh boy, we made that through. That was kind of crazy. It was very uneven. I'd say that takes this trail from easy to a moderate for sure. I wouldn't say intense. There's still not a lot of elevation gain or anything, but it's just a lot of traversing big boulders and slippery stuff, but still pretty cool. I still recommend. This is great. Having a blast. All right, so day 3 was a good day. It was a little rainy, cloudy today. We went to the auto museum, which was really cool. I'll probably make a separate video of that, but maybe throw a few clips in like right here.
split them up, half in the front and half in the back, to spread the weight out. So this car is 84 volts, and if you manage to stick your fingers in the wrong spot,
Oh yeah.
it'd be like the electric chair. And we have the back wheels on this car off the ground. Now if you think about what it took to start that Pierce Arrow, you can start this one without even getting in the car. Turn the key on. You get up to the side, you can see the back wheels spinning around.
So that was a lot of fun. Really cool, just interesting stuff. They showed us a lot of cool stuff, like just personally, like showed us different things about cars. That was fun. Still no seals though. We're still on the hunt for them. We looked around. I talked to the one guy from the campground, and he said, yeah, they are spotted here a lot. He said, but he says you got to find a real calm day, sunny, just around the end of the day, and sometimes they'll pop up. So I ran down today. It's a little cool and cloudy, and there's a little bit of wave out there, but it's fairly calm. I looked around and didn't see nothing, so we'll see. Maybe tomorrow. So far we've seen porcupines, we've seen obviously a ton of deer, and a bunch of different waterfowl, birds and stuff. So we'll see what we can find. But for now, we're just going to enjoy the rest of the night. We've got a campfire going, make some s'mores, and just kind of chill out. There's a cafe here that makes blueberry pie. Apparently blueberries are huge in Maine. Apparently 90% of the US blueberries come from Maine. Did not know that. So they have blueberry pie with ice cream, and that's calling my name, so I'm gonna go get that now. I'll see you guys in the morning. We made it. Where are we at?
Cadillac Mountain.
Cadillac Mountain, the summit of Cadillac Mountain. This is so cool. We're so high. It's chilly up here. It's like 60, 67,
Yeah,
65,
I think 67.
40. Badass. Let's check it out. We're on top of Cadillac Mountain, which is a pretty cool spot, because if you're on top of this, which I will never be at 4 in the morning, but if you're on top of this at 4 in the morning, you would be the first person in the US to see the sunrise. It rises at like, was it 4:05 in the morning? 4:51 in the morning. But you would be the first person in the US to see the sunrise that day, which is kind of cool. So that's super high, super pretty. I'm glad we saved it till today. The past few days have been kind of overcasty. Today's pretty clear. Alright, so we just left Cadillac Mountain. That was beautiful. Now we're gonna hit the Beehive Trail, which is one of the most famous trails here. Kind of goes up like a little smaller mountain that kind of resembles a beehive, so it's called the Beehive. So we're gonna do that now. We're parked at Sand Beach. 4th of July. It's a little hectic here. Starts off a bit intense. Trail is very busy today. It's a lot of, I feel like a billy goat climbing these rocks. Straight up a mountain. Rock climbing, man. Billy goat style. We made it to the top. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. So that was the Beehive and the Bowl loop kind of together. When we came in, we were planning to do the Beehive, which includes like a bunch of like iron rung ladders in the side of the mountain face and some cliff, like edge of the side of the cliff type trail. And when we got here, because it's the 4th, it's super busy. The park ranger said we weren't allowed to go down there, it's too full. And it was starting to get dangerous, so she pointed us down the bowl path. And she's like, oh, don't worry, it'll be easier. Not easier, man. The bowl is definitely not for beginners. I wouldn't call it an easy trail. It's borderline moderate to heavy. It's pretty wild. There's a lot of rock climbing involved and a lot of there's not a smooth trail anywhere. It's all going up there is just all incline the entire way, and the trail, even the dirt trail I'm on right now, is super rocky, so make sure you wear comfortable shoes and stuff. But it's just steps and rocks and rock climbing, but the top is totally worth it. Beautiful views, makes it all worth it. And then you follow it down and it takes you right back to Sand Beach, where you can go swimming and cool off. And Assistant.
Yes.
Assistant.
Yes.
What are we doing right now?
We're going on a boat to see seals.
Yep, we've pulled out all the stops. We're tired of looking for them. We're going right to them, right? We got a boat to take us to the seals. We're going to see seals. And so, as I stood there watching them bask in the sweltering afternoon sun, as if the world and its troubles were but distant echoes, I felt something shift. Perhaps it was the culmination of days spent chasing whispers across the coast, or perhaps it was simply the quiet triumph of having witnessed a dream made flesh and fur. They were wild and unbothered, draped over the rocks like kings of their own forgotten kingdom. And in that moment, I envied them. Their ease, their place in this world, the way they belonged without ever having to ask for it. I have often wondered if the pursuit of such moments is what shapes us most. Not the finding, but the seeking. And yet here they were, proof that persistence, like the steady tide, will eventually bring you to shore. If you too have chased your own wild hopes, perhaps you understand the quiet satisfaction of its discovery. If this journey spoke to you, if you felt even a ripple of the wonder I felt standing before those silent guardians of the sea, then I invite you to share your thoughts below. Tell me what moments of nature have stopped your heart, even just for a breath. And if you found yourself walking alongside me in spirit, let your presence be known. Leave a like, subscribe, and join me for the next adventure. For there will always be another horizon, another story waiting to be told. Until then, I remain your companion in the quiet hunt for the wild and the beautiful.